of you have heard and seen the solo. I'm going to break this solo down into 6 separate licks. Once again, this solo is in the key of F sharp, and lick number 1 sounds like this. Okay, so that is lick number 1. It comes in directly on the beat. We're using the F sharp minor pentatonic scale, and we're going to bend the 5th fret of the B string with our 3rd finger. And the trick is to vibrato that note for a while. This is a 12/8 blues, so we're going to hold it for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And around the last few counts, we're just going to release it. But the trick is getting that long, sustained vibrato, bend vibrato. I'm just using my thumb as an anchor point and bending up, down with my first, second, and 3rd fingers. Now, when the next count comes around, this is currently playing over the F sharp 7 chord, the 1 chord. We're playing this Chuck Berry lick. We're going to bend the 4th fret of the G string with a 3rd finger just slightly. Now bar the bottom 2 on the B and E strings with your 1st finger. Pull off 5 to 2. You can use either your pinky or your 3rd finger. It depends on what way you like to do it. Right now I'm going to use my 3rd finger. And then we're going to bend up that 4th fret on the G string here and pull down, strike it, 4 on the G string, 2 on the G string, 4 on the D string, and then end it with the 2nd fret, 1st finger on the G string, and do this really wide vibrato going up and down. If you want more detailed information about vibrato, check out Blues Techniques. So lick number 1, pretty basic. It's just a really slow blues. So you got to get that sustained bend to last a while. And then you got to play this lick. Kind of drag those notes. Don't strike it like. It's got to almost drag every note. So you almost got to put yourself in a state of just completely being relaxed if you're going to play this type of a extremely slow blues. You just got to relax your hand and relax your arm, and you don't want everything to be really, really choppy sounding. So the trick is to just take a few deep breaths and then try to settle down and not try to control, any kind of arm shaking or finger shaking, and just completely relax, because this is like I said, a really relaxed blues, one of the most relaxed blues I've ever heard. So lick 1 slowly is this. Okay, so that is lick number 1. Okay, moving on to lick number 2, sounds like this. Okay, so that is lick number 2, and lick number 2, we're approaching the 4 chord, the B7 chord. We're going to bend this 5th fret right here on the B string with my 2nd finger. Bend it up to pitch, the F sharp sound here. The reason I'm using my 2nd finger is because I'm going to use this like B major pentatonic section right here. The next chord that we're going to is the B7 chord. The B note here is the 4th fret of the G string. So I'm bending 5th fret on the B here with the 2nd finger. That puts me in position to put my 3rd finger on the 6th fret, but I'm going to pre-bend that first. And just kind of pre-bend it. It's almost in between, 2 frets and 1 fret. A lot of the Hendrix stuff is just way out of tune, meaning his bends are never like precise. They're always in between frets is what it sounds like to me. So you got this thing where you're bending this twice. And then we're moving to the B major pentatonic scale, meaning this. We're just taking that minor pentatonic, moving it back 3 frets, and that's where that section comes from. Pre-bending it, ending on the B note, and then I'm going to slide backwards to the 2nd fret. We're moving back to the F sharp minor pentatonic, sliding to the 2nd fret of the G string, and then we're going to utilize the F sharp blues scale 4-3-2 on the A string. The next step is a pretty cool lick here. We're going to bend 4th fret with our 3rd finger. Now take your 1st finger and you're going to bar those bottom 3 if you can, and then strike 2 and 4 on the high E string. And then you got to immediately come back and hit that 4th fret on the G string with your 2nd finger. So Hendrix had huge hands, so he probably just grasped the whole thing like this and could easily do this. It's a little bit harder if you don't have like gigantic hands, and I really don't. But you want to try to see if you can, bar those bottom 3 strings as much as you can, and maybe just the bottom 2. That makes it a little bit easier to perform that maneuver. Because right after you come off that 4th fret of the G string, you got to go 2nd fret of the G string. So you got this. And then you got to go back to the high E. And then bend the 5th fret of the B string. It's a pretty rough lick, really. So you got... And it's cool to let them ring out the end of that, so you get this, which is a B9 chord. That's probably what he's going for. Pretty sweet lick there. Slowly. And then bending up that 5th fret. And then on the 4th count, after you bend it up, you're going to bend it up again. Then slide that 3rd finger backwards to the 4th fret of the G string. Pretty commonly heard Hendrix move. And then bend that 2nd fret slightly. And then we're going to go 4-2, 4-3-2, 5-2 on the E string. Right down the F sharp blues scale here. So lick 2's got a lot of awesome things happening in it, and I'll play it one more time here slowly. Is this? Okay, that's it for lick 2.